I feel nostalgic today to be standing here addressing all of you on our 70th Independence Day. For I associate this day in my 14 years of schooling with a sense of pride. I can see myself standing where all of you are today, trying to think in my head what would have been if we weren't an independent India. It's a special honor to be here today amongst my respected teachers and the members of the Kelavani Mandal, who all happen to be my very own mentors and guardians. I take this opportunity to thank Padma ma'am, Anil sir, Veena ma'am, and all the school authorities for providing me this platform. Apart from my parents, my teachers have been the most inspiring and influential people in my life. They formed the foundation of my professional education and inspired in me a broad commitment towards public health, as well as catalyzing my interest in the field of medicine. Our journey of school from KG to 12th standard have been so blessed. Not only I, but my entire batch have expressed their heartfelt gratitude to all the teachers, caretakers, director, and the members of Kelavani Mandal for creating an environment of enthusiasm for learning, appreciation for growing, and room for making mistakes along our way. Our teachers helped us to identify our strengths and guided us to reach our potentials. We are what we are today is due to the endless efforts of our teachers and mentors. This specific day, 15th August of every year, is absolutely a golden day inscribed inside the history of our nation. Several great freedom fighters struggled their entire life securing India's independence. We can never forget the sacrifices of Bhagat Singh, Khudiram Bose, and Chandrasekhar Azad, who lost their lives in their early age fighting for freedom. How can we ignore all the struggles of Netaji, Sardar Patel, and Gandhiji? Our country is developing at its own pace in the field of technology, education, sports, finance, and various other fields which were almost impossible 100 years ago. We were no more than bonded laborers. We all should admire our good fortune that we took birth on the land of an independent India. We are so lucky that our forefathers have given us a land of free and democratic India. Today, India is one of the countries rich in nuclear power. We are going ahead by actively participating in sports like Olympics, Commonwealth Games, and Asian Games. We have full right to choose our government and also enjoy largest democracy in the world. Yes, we are free and have complete freedom. However, we should not understand ourselves free from the responsibilities towards our country. Being a woman and a doctor by profession, first thing that comes to my mind is safety. The safe India which every human being and especially women dream of. Every woman, every parent think of it every moment. And why not? When the threat of violence is pervasive and shadows them from conception throughout their lives. There are burning issues about women's safety, save the girl child, and different issues regarding females debated not only in social media, but everywhere in the society. All these concerns are right in their own way, but what bothers me is they also limit women's mobility and activities and teach them to strategize everything from timings to travel, to walk and talk in public places. The logic is extended when the home is described as safe haven. We are not ignorant about the violence taking place in home as well. And home is not safe either. The point is, there are no safe havens. It's time we dump this idea altogether. It's time we start taking responsibility altogether. There are issues of violence that follow structural inequalities like caste, poverty, and identity. There are riots and terror attacks happening all around. Yes, laws matter, and governments are responsible first and foremost for public safety. We should be careful and thoughtful of the potential risks. But we, each of us, all of us, together, also bear responsibility for the world as it is and as it should be. The only true freedom one ever has depends upon how free they are in their mind process, how loving they are in their hearts, and how awake they are in their consciousness. It took more than 200 years to achieve an independent India. Therefore, all these dreams of safe India, peaceful India are not to happen overnight. So, let's start laying the stepping stones one by one and start owning and taking responsibilities for a violence-free world. We start building the world in which we would like to live and proudly inherit. I would like to share this incident. I had a chance to visit Kargil this year in June. As soon as we reached the place, everything seemed to have slowed down. My throat started choking, and I had a very strange feeling of pride and sadness. After all, this was the place where our brave soldiers fought for us, for our safety, for our protection. Not for a moment did they blink an eye or turn their backs to the enemy. They marched forward in immense cold, with immense courage, past their fears, past the thoughts of their families waiting for them back home. Those moments in Kargil were very inspiring, realizing that those soldiers made the supreme sacrifice for us. Though it's a sacrifice we can never match, they left a duty for us, to love, to protect, to make this nation great. The nation they loved, they protected, they lived for. While they continue to protect us at the frontiers, let us all, together, start building our youth and laying down the foundation for the future India. We are very sensitive and light-hearted and very careful about our rights, but we neglect our duties. We are entangled in the web of corruption, illiteracy, and unemployment. This situation is not acceptable to many of us, but the thought that nothing could be done about it is the biggest hurdle in achieving our aims. Today, I see young generation with much more maturity and a complete different thought process than what I had during my childhood. You are the future of India, and I am quite optimistic that the change is already beginning. With the advent of new technologies, open communication culture, I foresee that it is you who are really driving the nation, at times forcing the system to change itself for the better. Today, we need only a spark of confidence that we can change the system. This spark will lead to fire, and this fire will become our torch, which will help us identify our path towards a better India, a safe India, a peaceful India. सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा. जय हिंद.